Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Essie Daniel with Leaders Connect Limited. We are based in Nairobi, Westlands, and that is in Kenya. I am also a speaker, executive coach, and leadership trainer with Maxwell Leadership. And above all things, I'm so delighted to be here with you today as I share with you my story. Today is actually a beautiful, beautiful day. I had the honor and the privilege of being featured on the Standard newspaper as I was sharing my story, the miracle at the parking lot, and how I made an agreement with the Lord that even after being involved in a grisly road accident, the agreement that I had with God is whatever I had left, I would use it to serve the Lord. I would use it to serve the community, especially in the area of leadership and personal growth. And so I want us to talk about the miracle at the parking lot. I'll just highlight just one or two, three important things. And then we can read the rest in the book, right? Or we can have another session whereby we'll talk about the whole story, the full story. But today I want us to talk about when God uses the ordinary to unlock the extraordinary. When God uses the ordinary to unlock the extraordinary. I needed a smile. God used the ordinary to bless me with an extraordinary smile. Isn't that interesting? Sometimes we look for big things, big miracles. But God is going to use ordinary to unlock the extraordinary. I want to start us off by a quote that some miracles announce themselves loudly. Others whisper quietly in the middle of an ordinary day. And I want to take you all the way on a long journey to a place called North Carolina, a parking lot called Walmart. I'm not going to take you to a church or a prayer mountain or a crusade stage. I'm taking you to a parking lot because sometimes God chooses the most ordinary places to perform His most intentional work. My life has changed, not when everything was going right, but when everything felt broken. That's when God changed my life. He uses the ordinary to unlock the extraordinary. You see, before the miracle, there was pain, a lot of pain. I had been involved in a life-altering accident. My mouth was shattered. My confidence was shaken. My future felt uncertain. I was still leading, still showing up, still smiling as best as I could. But inwardly, I was asking God questions that many of you ask. Lord, how do I move forward when what I trusted has been damaged? And here is lesson 1. God often allows interruption before He introduces restoration. Interruption before restoration. So if you are in a season where things feel disrupted, delayed, uncomfortable, it may not be punishment. It may be just preparation. It might just be preparation. Let's talk about this parking lot moment. It was one ordinary day. I noticed something on the ground, on the parking lot, a set of wedding rings. I could have ignored them. I could have walked past them. I could have said someone else will handle that. But obedience does not always look spiritual. Sometimes it looks simple. You know what I did? I picked them up. I searched for the owner. I did the right thing when no one was watching. And here's lesson 2. Very small acts of integrity will position you for big moments of favor. You may never know which decision God is watching closely. You may never know which one of your decisions that God is watching closely. So be consistent. How about the chain reaction? I returned the rings, and the rings did more than one thing. It restored a marriage. It unlocked a chain reaction of miracles I could never have planned. Connections were made possible. Doors were opened. Provision came. My smile was restored. My confidence returned. My smile was amplified. And here's lesson 3. One act of obedience can trigger multiple outcomes you did not pray for but desperately needed. When we often ask God for the outcome, sometimes God looks for the posture. God looks for the posture. You see, throughout this journey, one thing carried me. Words. What I said when things looked bleak. What I spoke over my future. There were days when I felt I couldn't do it, but I decided I would get so good at what I teach that people will not even notice my missing teeth. You see, what I declared even when I did not see it. Faith is not denial of reality. Faith is agreement with God above reality. And here is lesson 4. Your words will either reinforce your wounds or release your healing. Ladies and gentlemen, speak life even when your situation argues back. Speak life. Speak life. Even when your situation argues back, speak life. Here is your call to reflection. Let me leave you with this. Your miracle may not look dramatic. It may look like honesty. It may look like obedience. It may look like doing the right thing quietly. Do not despise the parking lot moments. Do not underestimate the power of integrity. Do not silence your faith when you are still healing. God is not done with your story. God is not done with your story. And sometimes the miracle is already waiting for you right where you are. So never give up. Hang tight. Keep waiting, keep trusting, keep believing. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our time together. Sometimes God uses the ordinary to unlock the extraordinary. So be fully present. Life is now in session. Be fully present. The decisions that you make, God could just be watching and pick on that one decision that you make. You don't know which one it is. So be consistent. Be intentional on how you live, how you interact with people, and always be prepared. God is always watching. Even when you feel like no one is watching, even when you feel alone, God is always watching. And that is what integrity is, doing the right thing when no one is watching. Thank you so much for watching me. Esther Daniel here. It's always a pleasure to be with you. I would invite you to just take a moment and if you haven't you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel so that you can be part of this amazing community. We not only provide you with tools, but we walk the journey of growth and leadership with you until you stand. If you would also like this particular video, would really appreciate also share with a friend so that we can all grow together. Thank you so much. Have a great week. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Esther Daniel here. Bye-bye for now.